Hello, this is Mike Becknell of Mike Becknell Games, and we are here today to run through the quick play rules of Battle Roads Miniatures. I hope everybody's having a good Monday, and I hope you enjoy watching my video. So the first thing we're going to do is go through all the basic components that come with the game. First, you're going to get a control panel for each car. Each one has a picture of the car. In this case, we have a black and red Prospector and a yellow and blue Prospector. This will not be extremely easy to see in this video. There's more detailed pictures on the Kickstarter page and also on our homepage on Facebook/Battle Roads Miniatures, all one word. So here's the red and black car, goes to here. Blue and yellow car goes to here. Also with the game, you're going to get 2 of these turn templates, 2 of these range templates, and 2 of these straight templates. You'll get a counter for each car and 4 miniatures. 2 interceptors, that's these 2, and 2 prospectors, which we're going to be playing with today. Also, not used in this game that we're going to show here, you also get upgrade tokens, which on the top is a driver 1 skill level, and then there's various other ones inside. You can see those all in one of the images on the Kickstarter. The game also comes with 4 defense dice and 4 attack dice. You do exactly what that sounds like, attack and defend with those. Optional component that I'm showing here on the board is the playmat. And by the way, this is the Minister of Morale and Cat Food Eating of the house, and he runs the show. And if I put him down, he'll jump right back up, so I'm not going to put him down. The map that I'm showing here is the art prototype for the Battle Roads map that you see in the in the Kickstarter. This is printed on flock. It's just a sample from the artist to me of how it's going to look. Underneath that is the alpha piece that we first made when about probably 6 or 7 months ago, that is actually made on the final material that will be used that you see in the Kickstarter. It's a mouse pad material, much sturdier. Both of these are basically in 4 pieces. That's because of the limitation of the size of my artist's printer. The actual piece that will be produced will be 1 solid piece, 36 inches by 36 inches. The factory that I'm choosing can do that. Well, actually, both factories that I have at the final quote level can produce at that level. So now, we're going to go into basic play here, the quick play rules again. The cars are going to be starting a little closer than they would in an actual quick start game. They would start here in the corners, but we're going to put them a little bit closer just to make this a little bit faster so we can do this in 2 or 3 turns. So the first thing we have to do is we have to choose a speed. On each control panel, there are major sections of the control panel. There are first and second segment maneuver areas, there's turn speed, and down here inside of this box is where you keep track of your damage. There's chassis, engine, weapon, driver, and armor. And then on the outside, you'll see skill, offense and defense. In the quick play rules, you do not use that area, but I'm just explaining it for this video. So now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plot our maneuvers. In the first turn of a quick play game, you always start at the top speed of the car, which is 5. But we're going to say we're about at least 1 turn into the game, and both cars are going to choose to be speed 3. What that means is you must choose 2 maneuvers that add up to that speed. The 2 maneuvers have to be within 1 speed of each other if it's an odd number turn speed, or the same speed if it's an even number. So if we had chosen speed 4, 2 2-speed maneuvers would have to have been chosen. Chose speed 3, so we're going to go speed 3. So the first thing the blue and yellow car is going to do is he's planning on taking a long-range shot. So he's going to move straight ahead 1 on the first maneuver, and he's kind of guessing that the black and red car might do the same, and he doesn't want to get shot twice and not be able to shoot back. So he's going to go straight 2 on the second maneuver. Oops, that's a mistake on my part. When you plot maneuvers in the quick play rules, you only put 1 marker in the location that you're going. In the actual game, the control panels are slightly bigger. These squares are 9 millimeters wide, and you'll have little 8 millimeter plastic cubes that you'll put into each of these holes. The holes will be about 2.5 millimeters deep, and will have a backing behind them to hold your cube in place. You'll be able to tilt the board up or down and they won't fall out or go anywhere, because that would be unfortunate if that happened. Now, the black and red car, what is he going to do? He's also going to choose to go straight forward 1 in the first phase. It's speed 1, straight ahead. And in the second phase, he's going to be a little more aggressive and try to start turning around to come back for combat in the second phase. He's going to turn right 2, the right turn on the green. Now, what do these correspond to? We're going to look at the black and red car's turn and basically look at it on the control templates. You'll see there's red, green, black marks on here. Those correspond to these arrows that you see on the template. So for his second move, he's doing a right turn, speed 2. So right turn template, he'll be doing this maneuver. He would start here if he was this car, and he would end here. Very simple. There's diagrams in the rules to show this very clearly. Very simple to learn. After you do it a couple times, it pretty much becomes second nature. So first maneuver, we're going to go, it's all simultaneous on movement, so we're going to move the blue and yellow car first. Blue and yellow car chose to go ahead straight. Very simple. Line the front of the car up with the straight template. Ahead 1. Black and red car does the same thing. Ahead 1. Nice and simple. Now, we check to see if they can shoot at each other. The way you determine if they can shoot each other is first check to make sure they're in arc. I will show how to check if they're in arc by bringing this miniature over here again so I don't have to move those. And then you look down on the car and you put any straight object like one of the straight templates across this way and this way from corner to corner. And anything inside of these two lines that were over here, you can show it even better like this, is in the front arc. Obviously, both of these are in each other's front arc. So now what we need to do is check and see if they're in range. And you do that with the range template. Again, 2 of these come with the game. They're double-sided. So, ooh, that one got a little wet. They're double-sided, so it's really easy to check. So we check the range. You check from any point on the car, usually the closest one to the target. They're in range 3, so they can shoot. Both weapons on each weapon on each car has a maximum range of 3. So both are in range, they can both shoot. So they will do so. So the first thing you do is we're going to shoot the blue car first, and he's going to get 2 attack dice. And the black and red car has 2 armor left. He hasn't taken any damage, so he's going to get 2 defense dice. Attack dice are successful on a 1 to 5. So we're going to roll the 2 dice and see what he gets. He missed both times, but I don't have time for that. We're going to say that he did hit once. So he rolls a 4. Now, the black and red car is going to roll defense dice. He needs a 1 to 4 on either of his dice to not take that damage. So he rolls and he gets his 1, 4 and a 9. This is successful, so he takes no damage. Life is good. Now, the bad news is there was at least 1 success by this car shooting at him, so there's a chance for a critical. It's not very likely, unless your name is Andy, who was one of my playtesters. You can never save to keep from taking damage. What will happen now is we're going to check to see if the black and red car takes your critical. What you do is you look at your chassis. You take your number of dice equal to your chassis, which in this case is 4, and you roll all 4 dice. You only need to get 1 success to not take your critical. So we roll, and in this case, this would have been a spectacular roll, definitely something Andy would never ever roll. And he would have definitely not taken a critical in this case. But since this is an example video, we're going to say that Andy rolled like he normally rolls, and he does not roll a success, he takes a critical. Critical damage is how much damage the weapon can do. In this case, it's 2 with all the quick play shots. So what's going to happen now is your opponent, which is in this case the blue car, assigns 2 damage to the black and red car. And in this case, we're going to pick the nastiest thing we can pick against him, which will be his weapon and his driver. If he takes a point of damage in either of those positions later on, he's out of the game. So that's why he's choosing that. So now the black and red car is going to shoot back. So he's going to get 2 defense, and he's going to get 2 attack. Now, by the way, this weapon damage in the quick play rules has no effect, the first hit. The second hit takes the weapon out. The car can no longer do any damage. He's effectively out of the game. That would end the game, assuming the blue and yellow car was not destroyed. So now the black and red car shoots. He gets 2 successes, an extremely good roll. The yellow and blue car rolls, and he gets 1 success and 1 failure. So he's going to take 1 internal damage. Since this is not a critical, he gets to choose where the damage goes. He is going to choose a location, so if he gets a critical, he can't kill him on the next shot and take him out of the game. So he's going to pick a chassis hit. So now, as before, we've had at least 1 success, so now the blue and yellow car has to check and see if he takes a critical. Since he lost 1 chassis, he only gets 3 defense dice. He rolls, and he gets 2 successes. So he is not taking critical damage. The black and red car cries, and since it's obviously Andy that didn't roll that roll, life is good. So now we move on. So now we're going to go to segment 2. The moves are simultaneous, so it doesn't matter who moves first, but we'll go ahead and do the blue car first. Segment 2, he chose to go straight ahead 2. So again, we take the straight template, put the straight template down in front of him, and go out to space 2. Space 2 right there. The black and red car chose to do a relatively hard right turn. So we take the turn template. It's right turn. Put him in front of him. There's the green arrows if you're not sure. And he goes 1, 2 right there. Life is very unfortunate for the black and red car, as he is still in arc of the blue and yellow car, and the blue and yellow car is obviously not in arc of him because he shoots straight forward. So we will shoot again. So the black and yellow car will get 2 attack, and the blue and yellow car gets 2 attack, and the black and red car gets 2 defense because he still has his 2 armor. If he had chosen to take an armor, he would only get 1 defense die right now. So we're going to shoot. And he gets 1 success. Very important. Remember, that's for criticals later on. And now he gets to roll for defense. And he gets 2 successes. Obviously, this is not Andy's car anymore. He got 2 successes. So now here comes the critical shot. The critical shot again, he gets to roll the number of chassis that he has left. He has 4. And you probably guess what I'm going to do if he rolls any successes right here. He rolls, and he gets 1, 2 successes. And for the sake of Hollywood, we're going to say no and no with the Andy factor. And he got complete bliss, blew it twice in a row. He definitely has the right to cry and moan and say that the dice hate him at this point. No doubt about it. So now, the blue and yellow car gets to do 2 internal damage that he chooses of his own happiness against the black and yellow car. And of course, he looks down here and he has 2 choices. Either one will take the car out of the game, so he happily takes both of them, and the black and red car is now eliminated from the game. So, long story short, quick play rules, the turns last anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes when you first start playing the game. When you really get good at it, you can knock them out in less than 2 minutes very easily. Quick start game will typically last anywhere from 5 to 10 turns. So you're literally looking at a 10, 20, 30-minute game, 30 minutes when you include setup time. It's very simple. The rules are very short for reading this. You can easily read the rules in less than 30 minutes and play it. There's lots of diagrams to help you understand what happens when certain things happen. And I'm going to show one last thing that you do whenever you have a collision, quote unquote, in the quick play rules. And the Minister of Morale will come over here and help me. Pardon me while I put him down. He'll likely be right back up here in a second, so I'll be fast. Let's say that these 2 cars actually ended up on top of each other and both moved straight ahead. So I would move straight 1 with him and then turn around and move straight 1 with the black and red car. Well, they're on top of each other. We don't want that. So what I do is I stand him up like so, put him under, and put him down. There are no collisions. They're somehow dodging each other in this turn, but they can't shoot at each other. So very simple, very easy. If there are other cars and you were playing more than 1 car on each side in a quick play game, you could shoot into each of these cars as long as you had a direct shot into each one. That's the only extra complicated thing that can happen during the quick play rules, but it's pretty simple, and this is very clearly shown in the rules, and there's plenty of diagrams. Well, I hope you enjoyed this play sample, and I hope you support me on my Kickstarter. We had a little bit of a slow start, but I think things are going to start taking off because I'm about to get a good review from the Undead Viking, and he enjoyed the game, talked to them on the phone today, and he should have it posted up in the next 2 or 3 days. Thank you much, and have a great day.